Hello, this is wmpyr. Fairly recently, I uploaded several videos where I was just sharing with you guys my thoughts on pretty much after watching some videos of this one Kung Fu instructor ranting. So, yeah, I watched his videos and I don't agree with everything he says, but he did bring up some good points and I thought it was really unfortunate that he was ranting. That to me is just not classy. It's not classy at all. So I don't like to do that. So anyway, I'm here to kind of like share with you some more thoughts on the subject and yeah, hopefully, make some things a little bit more clear. Now, what I think is really important, right, is that a lot of people tend to kind of like have very, very strong opinions and kind of treat them as they are facts. And I don't think that's classy. I think that's rude and disrespectful. And, some people are like, well, I'm just stating the truth. And it's like, in the name of truth, lots of hatred and lots of horrible things have been done. So, don't be one of those people, man. There's nothing wrong with saying, hey, what I'm about to say, and I'm saying this to you guys, it's an opinion. And an opinion, how important is this? It's not important whatsoever because everybody has an opinion. So if you could listen to my opinion and if it could help you out, great. And if it doesn't, not a problem. Once again, it's just an opinion. Everybody has an opinion. So my opinion on the subject is that okay. So one of the things that this instructor was really concerned about was that Kung Fu was the kata, the form in Kung Fu, and they got lots of forms. So the forms were being decoded improperly. That was one of his biggest concerns. And what I said to you guys is that's I don't think that's important, believe it or not, because martial arts is kind of like science in a sense that it should be based off of logic and scientific findings and experiments and whatnot. So it is a self-correcting path. You're not going to start off with all the answers. In fact, when you start off, you're going to be doing lots of things incorrectly. And that's why you want to have an instructor there to help you out, to guide you. And notice I use the word guide, because if he corrects you too much, then it's going to be kind of like he's handing everything to you on a golden platter. And that's not the way it works either. When you have a student that has been handed everything down to them versus another student who has had to figure out things for themselves, I believe that the person who had to figure out things for himself is the better person, is the better martial artist. And in fact, I'll even go further and say that figuring out things for yourself is part of the path. I know it sounds cryptic and whatever, but it is part of the path. You're supposed to do it. Okay. So the people that they're having trouble figuring things out and they're like, it doesn't make sense, or I tried it and it doesn't work, they immediately blame the style. They don't think for themselves and go, wait a minute, how can I make this work? And this is not months or even a year or 3 years. I mean, this is a lifetime of figuring out to do. So you can't give up so easily. I've been doing Filipino martial arts and martial arts for like, almost 30 years. So, and I don't have all the answers and I never will. It's just something you keep working at. So the mentality of this style doesn't work, to me, that's someone that just gave up way too fast. way too fast. So they didn't want to put any effort in and they wanted to be fed with a golden spoon and they wanted all the answers right away. And yeah, that's not the way to go. That to me, that's the wrong path. So the kata, if you decode it incorrectly, it's okay. It's okay. You keep working at it. And so the thing is, what I want to say to you guys also is that when you decode the forms, there's different interpretations that you could find on YouTube, like for karate, or kung fu, or even eskrima, because if you look at the Heaven Six, it's just 6 moves, but that's our form. And that's what I really, really like about Filipino martial arts, is a lot of times our forms are very, very short. I like that a lot. I don't want the form to take 30 minutes to perform or an hour to do. I don't want that at all. 6 moves sounds great to me, So the Heaven Six is 6 moves, and it is a kata. It is a form. So yeah, you have to decode it. And just like with karate or kung fu, there are many interpretations of how to decode the Heaven Six. The first thing they teach you in Filipino martial arts, go anywhere, the first thing they teach you is to just use it as is with sticks and just, hit the crap out of somebody. Just bam, 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 like Jeff Speakman style, just go to town on somebody. Okay, that's the first interpretation. To me, that's level 1, But because it's level 1, does that mean it's the crappiest interpretation? Does that mean it doesn't really work? No, not at all. Because if you spend 20 years just on doing it that way, where that's all you do is you use it offensively with the sticks, and that's it. That's all you do. Man, you're going to get really good at it, and you can work on extreme accuracy, extreme precision, just being able to do it like perfect. Hey, that can go to a very, very high level, extremely high level. You could spend your whole life on it. Nothing wrong with that. Level 2, the next one they teach you is it's actually as a counter. So the person throws a punch at you, and then you can go empty hand and you go, at least for me, this was the second one. Maybe for some people it's with sticks. They attack you with the stick and you do it as a counter. But I did probably learn it both ways, but let me go with the empty hand. So with the empty hand, you parry, or these can be strikes, but onto their arm. And then the third one is actually to the neck. And then 4, 5, 6 is all onto them. Okay, so that bunkai, that decoding right there is that's number 2, and that is a huge bump from number 1, because if you try to do that, it's probably not going to work for you. So now you got to like all of a sudden get real technical with it. Now you got to really evolve, and you got to think, and you got to be like Sherlock Holmes, and you got to develop stuff. There's lots to take out of that now. And not to say that the first one doesn't, but there is the second interpretation. Oh boy, that's where I spent a ton of time on. And then from there, I've developed my own interpretations. And, I don't think, any of them are wrong or any of them are right. It's just a tool. So which interpretation is correct? You know what? At the end of the day, in a street situation, whatever you can pull off is right. And whatever you can't pull off is wrong. So if it works, it works. That's all that matters, So if you look at a karate bunkai, the decoding of a karate form, karate kata, and people say it's a block that you're doing. And some people say, no, it's a strike that you're doing. And then other people say, no, it's a joint lock. And another person will say, no, it's a pressure point strike. Which one is it? Or some people may say it's a throw, which one of these is correct? You know what? It doesn't matter. Whatever one you can use in a real life situation, the one that you pull off, if it works, man. So people arguing about which one is right, which one is wrong, man, you guys are wasting so much time, so much time. You know, just work on it. Keep work. Pick the one that you like. Work on it, and don't discount the rest. Don't think that they're useless. You know, there are people around the world. The world's a big place, and there are people around the world that are working on one of those as we speak. They've devoted their whole life to it, and they've taken it to a high level. So for them, it works. It probably, there's no guarantee, but it probably works really good for them. There's nothing wrong with that. Let them, leave them alone. Who are you to say they're wrong? You know, so that's what's important is for you not to argue and how good you are at arguing, but how good you are at developing. So develop those skills, get to practice, and have fun. So yeah, that's the way that I feel about this. And yeah, I think this dude kind of like, it's easy to blame the kata and say, oh, people are, or he's not blaming the kata, but he's blaming that the people are decoding it incorrectly, you know, and I just don't agree with that. So um, anyway, that's it for now. Thank you for viewing and take care, folks.